Have you ever found yourself in a place where you just felt down, abandoned? You felt like that you were made to feel less than everyone else around you. And every time you turned around, another life situation popped up, put another nail in that coffin of depression and isolation. In 1977's Halloween with the Addams Family, Gomez Addams experienced that very feeling. But he handled it in a very interesting way. What was that way, and how does that help us today? Let's talk about that on Geek Devotions. Hello, Devoted Geeks, and welcome to Geek Devotions, a show from Devoted Geeks who are devoted to letting you know that you're loved. I'm Dallas. I'm so glad you hit the play button. If you're new to our show, we take geek, pop culture items like movies, video games, and comic books, and we use them to let you know that you're loved. And today, ladies and gentlemen, know this. If you don't watch past this moment, know this. We love you. We care about you. There is a plan and a purpose for your life. Don't give up. Today, ladies and gentlemen, is the start of Addams Family Devotional Month, where all month long, Sis and I are looking at different Addams Family renditions and use them to let you know you're loved and cared for. And today, we're going back, way back to 1977 to the Addams Family Halloween special. It's called Halloween with the Addams Family, and I'm pretty excited about this, because I had like these weird fever dreams of I guess reruns of this show, and it was really interesting to watch this. We watched it on Prime, although it was kind of strange because this was literally the broadcast version. This is what they played out, including commercial breaks, but there were no commercials. It was 2 minutes of black screen. It was really strange. And so to help you guys understand what it was like to watch this episode, we've uploaded two episodes, or two versions of this episode of Geek Devotions, one with the commercial breaks and one without the commercial breaks. And you'll know if you had the commercial break because here in a second it will suddenly just go black. Now, for those of you who did not experience a blackout just now, you're not on the special edition where we had the commercial breaks. Those of you who did have a blackout just now, welcome to the special edition. Anyways, like I was saying, in the episode, in this movie, which actually this was supposed to be a pilot movie, they're trying to relaunch the Addams Family, didn't work very well, but Gomez and his family are getting ready for Halloween, which is obviously a very special holiday for the Addams Family. And there's a group of criminals who are trying to infiltrate into the house to steal the Addams Family fortune. But amid this situation, they concoct this plan for him to leave the house in order to be away for a few days, because they figure if they get him out of the way, they can handle the situation. So in comes Gomez's brother, Pancho. And so this opens up some interesting doors of insecurities for Gomez. Gomez comes home and he feels like his brother is trying to take over, fulfill the role of father, of the patriarch of the Addams family. Unfortunately, this leads Gomez down a dark hole where he's really dealing with some depression and some anxiety. He feels like that he's not good enough for his family. And so he goes away. He ends up talking to Cousin It, which, to be honest, is probably one of the best things anybody can do when they're dealing with some depression and anxiety like this. No, not necessarily go talk to some crazy uncle or cousin who's covered in hair. I mean, you can, but it's the idea of going to somebody, talking to somebody. When you're dealing with these ideas, and when you're dealing with these emotions and these feelings, it is necessary, because when we're dealing with them, oftentimes we feel the need to isolate ourselves, to go back. And when we do that, we find ourselves deep in these thoughts of depression, and it just worsens the situation. But by going to somebody, we can find good counsel, we can find encouragement, we can have somebody point us towards the truth. But if we don't do this, we can suffer greatly. There's a proverb that says this, Proverbs chapter 11, verse 14, where there is no guidance, a people falls, but in abundance of counselors, there is safety. We need people in our lives that we can go to that can point us to the truth, that can point us to hope, that can give us proper counsel for the situations we go into, so that when we're in these moments where we're feeling depressed, we're feeling less than, where we feel like nobody cares, they can point us to the truth. And I want to say this real quick about this aspect, about the truth. Sometimes the truth is not the same as how you feel. Not to invalidate your feelings, but your feelings are not always the truth of the situation. And we need people in our lives who can point us to the truth constantly to help us to go, I can't trust my feelings. I need to look beyond this moment at the truth. Throughout the rest of the movie, Gomez still fights this insecurity. Just because somebody's told you the truth doesn't mean that you just automatically are like, oh, I'm good to go. No, sometimes we have to struggle with the truth. We have to work through it. We have to see the truth played out in our lives. And that's difficult at times because we're not talking about just a moment, just a few days. Sometimes seeing the truth is trusting the truth for years and years. Fighting the thoughts, fighting the enemy that's speaking lies to us so that we're not good enough, that we're not loved, that nobody cares. Seeing the truth is not always easy, but it's the truth. And there's not multiple truths out there to go by. There is simply the truth. And the truth is this: you're loved, you're cared for. There is a plan and a purpose for your life. And I know that for some of you watching in this moment right now, you may not feel like that. You may feel depressed. You may feel like that nobody cares for you, that there's no hope for you, that there's nobody there that can speak life into you. But if there really was nobody to care about you, if God didn't really love you and didn't have something for you, he didn't want to pour into you, then why are you watching this video? How did you get to the point where you're seeing this video at this point right now? This is God going, hey, you really are loved. You really are cared for. There really is a plan and a purpose for your life. You don't need to give up. I know it's difficult right now for some of you. You're dealing with a lot of stress. You're dealing with some things that are really just irking at you, and you're beginning to have some thoughts that are really scary. Don't allow those to isolate you and to pull you down. Seek wise counsel. Get connected to a biblical community that can help you. Seek good professional counseling that can help you with whatever situation you're going through. Do not suffer through these things alone, because you don't have to. Fight it, get the help you need, and walk in what God has for you today. So question of the week for you guys: what is your favorite Addams Family rendition? There have been many throughout the years. You had the Addams Family cartoon series from like the 70s. You had the Addams Family TV show from the 60s. You had the Addams Family cartoon series from the 90s. There was a movie in the 90s. There was a made-for-TV movie in the 90s. There's a more modern stuff. What's your favorite Addams Family? Leave a comment down below and let me know. I want to give a very special thank you to all of our devoted Patreon geeks who help support Geek Devotions on a month-to-month basis for as little as $1 a month. And if you'd like to help us do what we do here, create content that's designed to encourage people and challenge them, help them take their next step with God, help them know that they're loved and they're cared for, and there is a plan and purpose for life, check out our website, geekdevotions.com. Check out our support page where you can support us for as little as $1 a month through Patreon, or you can give a gift through PayPal, or help us get some equipment. Either way, we just appreciate those who support us, not just financially, but those who pray for us, who encourage us, who send us messages, who let us know how these devotions have encouraged them, those who watch our YouTube channel, those who listen to the various podcasts that we have. Thank you. Thank you for being part of what makes Geek Devotions special. And that's you. I want to invite you guys to check out all of our social media: Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Just look for Geek Devotions. We pop up very easily, and that's by design, by the way. So until next time, remember, stay devoted, peace and love.